The family of 6 had just taken a portrait when the mother began coughing up blood that night. Seeing their mother was headed to the hospital, the 4 children clamored to go with her, but their father refused them all. Mom told the eldest to look after his siblings, and then Dad carried Mom on his back and rushed toward the hospital. Before leaving, Dad gave the eldest one final instruction.
You are the eldest brother. You must take good care of your sibling.
Keep going. Stay strong.
Early the next morning, the neighbor auntie rushed to the house in a panic. Seeing the children weren't up yet, she pounded on the window from outside, jolting the children awake.
Oh no, something terrible has happened. Your parents saw? I'm here. Oh dear. The snow was so heavy last night. The roads were treacherous. Your father was carrying your mother to the hospital. They hitched a ride on a kind stranger's cart, but the road was too slick. He almost got spooked, and the whole cart overturned into the ravine. That ravine is so deep, they were rushed to the hospital, but they couldn't be saved. They're both gone.
The news was like a bolt from the blue just yesterday. The whole family was dining together overnight. The 4 children became orphans. Their uncle helped handle the parents' funeral arrangements. After paying their final respects, the children followed their uncle home. The uncle's family struggled too, but he couldn't bear to abandon the 4 of them. When they arrived, they realized their uncle already had 4 children of his own. His wife flatly refused to take them all, insisting they could only keep 1 at most. The couple had a fierce argument over this. Hearing them argue over their fate, the sensible eldest brother felt a surge of mixed emotions. But before the couple could reach a decision, shouting broke out from inside the house. It turned out their uncle's children were unwilling to let them stay. They were determined to kick them out. Left with no choice, the eldest brother took his siblings and left their uncle's home. In the dead of winter, the 4 of them were freezing and starving. Standing on the street, they had no idea where to go. Just then, their uncle caught up with them. But the eldest brother hid with his siblings. He didn't want his uncle and aunt to keep fighting because of them.
I want to go. Brother Hanko.
Driven to despair, the eldest brother took out the family portrait and gave a copy to each of his siblings. He knew in his heart that given their current situation, if he didn't give them up for adoption, they would eventually starve to death on the streets.
Brother, are we going to be separated? I don't want to.
When we grow up, we will be together again.
The youngest sister was adopted by an elderly couple. Looking at the sweet, lovely girl, the grandparents adored her instantly.
What a bright, white little girl. Xin Yao, you stay here and be good. Big brother will definitely come back to see you, okay?
Send my other brother to come see me too, okay?
I will. I promise you, they will definitely come. Grandpa, Grandma, thank you for taking care of my sister. I'll visit often.
Robin!
After leaving his little sister, the eldest brother took his younger brother to a teacher's home. On the way, the eldest brother repeatedly told the boy to be on his best behavior. Only then would they be willing to take him in.
Have you ever been to kindergarten, Mr.
Yes. I was in the senior class at Honky Kindergarten. I even earned 3 big red flowers at school before the holiday.
Really?
My brother can even recite Tang poetry. Oh.
Let's hear it.
Beans are boiled with beanstalks as fuel. The beans within the pot are weeping. Since we were born of the self-same root, why should we harass each other with such haste?
That's very good.
Then stay here and give it a try.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Auntie.
Finally, only the second sister was left, and the eldest brother had no idea where to take her. The second sister looked at her brother, tears streaming down her face. She knew in her heart that her brother only gave them away as a last resort. Though he pretended to be fine, he was suffering more than anyone else. After that, he took his second sister from door to door, begging someone to take her in. Clinging to his hand, she cried and begged him not to send her away. But he hardened his heart and forced her along to the next house. They knelt before the door of a wealthy family, pleading desperately,
Please take my sister and our parents are both gone. There's no one to look after her. Please, I beg you to take her.
But we are about to move abroad. That's right, we're leaving the country very soon.
It's okay. I know you're good people, and you don't have children. My sister can go anywhere with you. As long as you give her something to eat, it will be enough.
All right, get out now.
I will take her in. And thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Auntie.
Ah.
Please come back.
Finally, the eldest brother had settled all his siblings. Seeing all had a place to stay, he turned and ran, sobbing uncontrollably as he went. Had he not been forced by the hardships of life, how could he bear to give away his own siblings with his own hands? With this parting, he didn't know if he would ever see them again. The eldest brother collapsed to his knees, letting out a heart-wrenching cry toward the sky.
Ah.
Women.
Ah. Oh. The day before. 10 seconds.
In the blink of an eye, 20 years have passed. Today is the day the second sister returns to the country. She has now become a renowned musician. This time, besides performing concerts, her main goal is to find her long-lost siblings. The eldest brother is now a taxi driver. While eating one day, he happened to see a headline in the newspaper. It was actually a missing person notice from his second sister. For years, he never stopped searching for his younger siblings. Heaven helps those who persevere. He finally had news of his sister. Without even finishing his meal, he immediately drove to the hotel where his sister was staying. He arrived just as his sister and her husband were stepping out of the hotel. Just as he was about to go up and identify himself, he was pinned against his car and beaten by several other taxi drivers, all because he hadn't queued up while waiting for passengers at the hotel. Witnessing the commotion, the second sister had no choice but to leave in her car. Seeing his sister leave, the eldest brother snapped, fighting back and chasing the other drivers away. But while chasing one of them, a tragic accident occurred. Someone was sent flying by a car.
Watch out for the car.
This terrified the eldest brother. He had come to reunite with his sister, never imagining such a disaster would strike. That night, a friend of the eldest brother found him in secret. He warned him that the police were searching for him and urged him to run and hide. It wasn't that he was afraid of the police, it was just that after so much effort, finally had news of his sister, and he feared that if he were arrested, he would never get the chance to reunite with her. All he wanted was to find his second sister first. One day, while drunk, the eldest brother got into a scuffle with a group of thugs. It was all because they tore up the newspaper containing his sister's missing person notice. To him, that paper was his only hope of finding her, and he had to get it back. Just then, a girl wearing glasses overheard his story by a stroke of luck. This girl was actually his long-lost little sister. Seeing the newspaper torn in half, the eldest brother fought the thugs in a blind rage. Upon realizing that the man before her was her own brother, the little sister rushed forward to stop her friends, but they wouldn't listen. In desperation, she grabbed a bottle and smashed it against the table, finally bringing the chaos to a halt.
You've got guts. Let's go move it.
Ji Zitian is my sister. Kim Yao is my sister.
When the eldest brother woke up, he was lying in his little sister's home, still unaware that the woman before him was his flesh and blood. He scrambled out of bed, thinking he had offended her, while drunk the night before, and apologized incessantly. When she told him her name, he was in total disbelief, thinking it was a joke until she mentioned their second sister's name.
You really are Kim Yao.
You don't look like her.
Right? Ah.
The two siblings shared a smile, but soon their laughter turned into tears. He had searched for her for over a decade, never imagining that fate would bring them back together in such a way. Perhaps the greatest helplessness in life is being torn apart from your family. Reunited at last, only they can truly feel the bitterness and sorrow of all those years. Meanwhile, good news arrived for the second sister. Her husband had helped track down her third brother. She cancelled all her concerts and immediately flew out to find him. Now a school security guard, the third brother was out for a run when she spotted him. She quietly followed behind him. Startled by a stranger approaching, the third brother felt uneasy. But the bond of blood is undeniable as their eyes met. Their eyes spoke volumes. Silence said more than words ever could. Afterwards, the siblings sat down for a meal together, recounting the hardships and struggles of the past 20 years. Soon after, her husband located their youngest sister's address. As it turned out, the youngest sister's life had been far from easy. After her adoptive parents died, she was left adrift, aimlessly working in bars just to survive. When the second sister revealed her identity, the youngest wasn't surprised at all. In her young mind, she had always believed her siblings had abandoned her. After all, the elderly couple who adopted her passed away only a few years later. Left helpless as a small child, she was forced to beg on the streets to survive. The second sister tried to explain the impossible choice they faced, but the youngest turned away, unwilling to listen to her.
I know you hate us, me, and our big brother, but we were just children back then. We had no other choice. Now that I'm successful, of course, I want my siblings to have a better life.
What are you trying to do? Don't you realize it's too late for any of this now? I'm happy with my life as it is. I don't want to get mixed up in yours. But I know you don't like the person I've become. Being with me would only be a burden and an embarrassment to you. You have to bottle everything up. If the stress made you ill, it would be all my fault.
The little sister's words cut Sichin deep, but Sichin knew in her heart that she couldn't blame her. She was so young back then and didn't understand it was only natural for her to feel resentful. For long, the little sister went to the hotel, found Sichin, and offered to take her to see their eldest brother. But by the time they reached her home, the eldest brother was nowhere to be found. It turned out he had heard about Sichin's concert and had gone out specifically to buy a ticket. He was determined that this time he would finally see his sister. But on his way home, he ran into two police officers in an underpass. They stopped him and asked for his ID. Haunted by the memory of his past car accident, he panicked and tried to run. Ultimately, he was detained and taken away by the police. Meanwhile, the little sister took Sichin to their brother's old place. Neighbor said he hadn't been back in ages. The two sisters searched everywhere, but there was no word of him. On the day of the concert, the third brother also arrived at the venue. Suddenly, the little sister emerged from the crowd.
I'm Kimiya.
My sister said he'll be here today.
I've seen your photo.
You should call me brother.
Brother.
Three siblings were finally reunited, and Sichin's concert began as scheduled. Standing on the stage, she took the opportunity to share her story with the audience, telling everyone that she had finally found her long-lost brother and sister.
Although I haven't found my eldest brother yet, I still believe that he will surely come today. He will definitely come to watch my performance.
That big brother.
Brother? Brother?
Don't go, come back.
Brother.
I've been waiting for you all this time. 10 o'clock. Bruh? Right? No.
The night of Ulan Batok.
Brother, sister.
The film centers on the sibling bond, using the stark contrast between childhood warmth and adult estrangement to portray the resilience and inseparable nature of family ties. The saying goes, siblings are like snowflakes falling from the sky. Once they hit the ground, they turn to ice and melt into water, forever inseparable. This serves as the emotional core that resonates throughout the film. Meanwhile, music serves as a vital thread, acting as both the spiritual legacy left by their father and the bond that bridges the siblings' 20 years of separation, keeping a flicker of warmth alive within the cold reality. Through simple, natural cinematography and poignant storytelling, film celebrates the eternal bond of blood and reminds us all to cherish the precious connection between siblings.